Time now for In the Know, and this is a very special feature because we are looking big picture at the Weather Network when we predict our seasonal forecast, or as we look at big drivers when it comes to big weather patterns. We often talk about La Nina or El Nino. We have been in a La Nina pattern, and La Nina is coming to an end. Meteorologist Jaclyn Whittal fills us in on what this means for Canadians.
Well, after 3 consecutive years, our La Nina pattern has finally been declared over. That's great news, right? What does it really mean? Let me try and break this down for you. So what is all this La Nina and El Nino talk? It's not just that funny SNL Chris Farley character that you've seen. El Nino and La Nina events appear approximately every 2 to 7 years. They typically last a year to a year and a half, and both weather drivers are caused by our global sea surface temperatures and how they can impact our weather patterns. You see, the temperature of the water and the air above it can alter the position of the jet stream, which leads to various weather impacts somewhere else on the globe. So if we look back to the last 3 years while in a La Nina, which by the way was a really long one, well, the driver is associated with cooler than normal water temperatures in the eastern Pacific. It usually means we see a colder and more active winter weather pattern across western Canada. Boy, did that one pay off. Lots of atmospheric rivers, snow, and even ending drought for some. For the east, La Nina usually brings milder weather and also a stormy pattern for the Great Lakes to Atlantic Canada. So the question becomes, where do we go from here? Well, we're probably just going to wait and see, because we are in what we call an ENSO neutral pattern, which means we're neither La Nina or El Nino. Then we may possibly transition to an El Nino pattern by the fall. Now, if that were to happen, it would be the opposite kind of weather we've seen the last 3 years. So Canada would see milder than normal winters and springs across western and central Canada. El Nino doesn't really have a significant impact to eastern Canada, but it can reduce tropical cyclone activity in the Maritimes and in the Atlantic toward the U.S. It's also important to remember that no two La Ninas or El Ninos are the same. These potential weather pattern influencers can even throw forecasters for a loop.